A hangout, dude.
We started a hangout. Babe? You're calling me babe?
I said, dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better than babe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our special edition of a Hubble/JWST hangout. My name is Tony Darnell. I am the social media manager at Space Telescope Science Institute, and we are closing up here at the Saturday.
Come on, join in.
Come on in.
Okay.
The Saturday at the South by Southwest Gaming Expo, where we have had a rather different. Alberto. He always has to be. Okay, good. He's behind me. No, that's not good. What am I saying? So anyway, we're sort of closing down for the day, and we are having a rather interesting presence here, talking to the general public. We've got our JWST exhibit as well as some HST visualizations and stuff. And with me is Dr. Bonnie Meineke. She's one of the OPO outreach astronomers at Space Telescope Science Institute. You helped put this together. What do you just give us your impression? What do you think? How did today go?
I think it went really well. Lots of people, lots of excited faces.
It was packed today.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy.
Rainy in Austin, which meant it was going to be really crowded inside here.
Yeah, that's right. It was rainy, but it wasn't cold. It wasn't too cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I took some shots of just the general crowd, and these aisles were just filled. It was like Disneyland. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So
the mirror really attracts people. People love the mirror.
So you think that's an effective way to outreach and sort of get people involved in the JWST mission?
At least get them to come over and talk.
Okay.
And see what's going on. Yes.
And see selfies.
Hashtag JWST selfie. Yeah.
Well, good. And we're also doing some Hubble stuff here too. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Hubble stuff we're doing?
We're doing mostly visualizations and things.
Behind Frank is a gigantic monitor that's showing some of Frank's new visualizations. And Frank, go ahead. Why don't you talk a little bit about those?
Okay, so for space,
Talk to the mic.
all right. So for South by Southwest this year, we are in the Gaming Expo, and we figured, well, what does Hubble do that would appeal most to gamers? All right, and they're big into all of the digital stuff. So what we're showing here are some of the scientific visualizations that we have done for various Hubble press releases, for planetarium shows, and for films. I'm wearing my IMAX Hubble 3D shirt today, and some of the stuff we're showing here is from the IMAX film Hubble 3D. Matter of fact, this is what's going to show right now is actually an excerpt from the IMAX Hubble 3D. We call it the iconic images. And so our
That's
team...
right, Saturn's an iconic image.
Saturn is an iconic image, okay? Bonnie is a specialist in Saturn. She can tell you more than you ever wanted to know about Saturn.
Love Saturn. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just had to interject that.
Please, we're having a great time here. So myself and the team in OPO have created lots of scientific visualizations, and we're able to show them off to the gamers and let them understand that the universe isn't these flat 2D picture postcards that you see in Hubble images. It's really a three-dimensional universe, and you can fly through these images and explore the universe. We're also showing Microsoft's Worldwide Telescope, which we have worked with Microsoft Research for 5 years. Alberto and I have been involved in that since its very beginning, and with Microsoft Research's Worldwide Telescope, you can pan and zoom across the night sky, but we've added in the Hubble images. So you can see the Hubble images on our website, but you don't get them in context of the night sky. And here, you actually get to come down, you pan and zoom across the night sky, you come in, and you can actually see the Hubble images and see them in their full glory. Because I like to show off the Whirlpool Galaxy, and that's 96 million pixels, and all 96 million pixels are available in WWT. So we got some cool stuff. We got some James Webb Space Telescope stuff here, and we even got some Kepler data on extrasolar planets. So if you're in the Austin area at South by Southwest, come join us at the Gaming Expo. We got more data than you can possibly imagine, and go through it with us.
All right. Well, give them the URL for getting some of these. Oh, there it is right there. But you can give it. Anyway, tell them the URL for getting some of these.
I'll go back and I'll put it on there while you talk to somebody else.
Okay, so that was some of the HST stuff we've been doing, some of the highlights here, but we also got a big JWST group here. We've got Dr. Amber Strawn from NASA HQ. I'm not quite sure what.
Now.
Oh, there it is.
HubbleSite.org/video.
No, that's what we're saying.
Okay.
We're inside the TV.
Oh, we're inside.
Oh my God, we're inside the TV.
We're inside the TV looking out, so it all looks different. So Amber,
And we can give it the big QR code, right? Can I bring that up to you?
there you go. That'll take you there in sort of a it's not easier, but you can try it anyway.
I'm just having fun.
So Amber, why don't you give us your impression of how today went? I mean, this was did you talk to a lot of people? Was it a very worthwhile?
Absolutely. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit.
I know, we all are.
We had hundreds of people come by today, and so it was, many hundreds, I think. I didn't keep a good count, but it was busy all day long, and we're in a really great location here in the Palmer Center. I think we really got a lot of traffic through. People are really interested and engaged, and the mirror draws people in, and it's been a lot of fun.
Well, did you find that a lot of people did or did not know about the telescope before seeing this?
So some, actually a surprising number did know about it.
Okay.
A lot of people didn't, but a lot of people.
A lot saw it, last year too.
Exactly,
Yeah.
But a lot of people said, "Oh, I remember when you guys had the big model here last year." So I think that's awesome because
Yeah.
people remember not only that we had some big weird thing out at South by Southwest, but they remember what it was. They remember that it was the telescope. So I think that was a great thing that we got to do last year.
Yeah, good. So I guess the excitement is starting to build for JWST. What do you see going forward for some of the big milestones this year for the JWST mission?
Well, we've got a lot of really exciting things going on. Of course, this last year has been a huge year of milestones for the project. All of our mirrors are now at NASA, which is an amazing achievement. All of our science instruments are at NASA. So really big year of milestones in the past, but now we have to put those pieces together. So our big goals for this next year are integrating we have 2 of our science instruments already kind of integrated onto the big structure that holds them. The other 2 are going to come in this year and undergo their first test all together as kind of one big piece. So that's a big thing.
When will that happen roughly? Do you know?
So that happens later on this year.
No set timer for that yet.
It's sometime in the calendar year,
Okay,
later in the summer, I believe.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Alberto, what about you? What do you think? Thank you, Amber.
Yeah.
What do you? So you're back. I get to see you for my once a year visit. Hey.
How are you?
So Northrop Grumman guy now, here to do Northrop Grumman things. What do you do differently now than you used to do with JWST?
That's a very interesting question, actually. I do business development for JWST, actually, for Northrop Grumman, which is actually very, very nice. So I get a chance to take a look at a much bigger picture, figure out what we want to do for, not just for JWST now, but, for the next generation telescopes that we might want to put into orbit. So, what's coming after JWST, And so part of my job is to both look at what JWST is doing right now in terms of how we're performing and everything else, which is doing very well, by the way.
Right.
But also about how, what we're going to do for the future and what kind of sort of engagement we can bring and what kind of new business, if you will, we can bring in Northrop Grumman for larger telescopes, which is something we are starting to think about.
Yeah. So where did John go? I was hoping to get him. He left.
Yeah, he's right there, Ehrenberg.
Oh, John.
John.
Come here. Let's bring you in on it. So we happen to have also here at the booth the chief engineer for the JWST telescope, John Ehrenberg. Give us I have to tell you, I have learned more talking with you for like 15 or 20 minutes about the mission itself, or about the telescope itself, than I have in all the years I've been studying it. So it's really been an honor to meet you.
By the way, that's a fact for everybody at the
I know he is a wealth. Well, for the longest time, and I keep using this as an example because for the longest time I kept trying to get information on the momentum flap, what it was done, and in 5 minutes he told me what it was all about and why it worked and why it needed to be there, and it was beautiful. So why don't you give us your impression? Were you here last year?
I was here last year.
Yeah. And so what do you think about this whole?
I think it's great. It's a great opportunity to share the mission, share science, share engineering with the public, get some feedback, get some excitement going both ways.
What's your feeling about the knowledge level of the general public about the mission itself? Did you get a sense that many people were familiar with it already?
Let's see, there were an awful lot of people that remember our full-scale model from last year.
Okay.
But even then, when we were new, when it was cold turkey, there were a lot of people that were aware of, certainly of Hubble. There were about half the people that were aware of JW, and about half the people that were really pleased and surprised that we were building it.
Yeah, I think a venue like this, it's hard work to just individually talk to so many people, but it really does seem to be effective in terms of getting outreach and getting the knowledge level out for.
So I think, but if I may add something, so I think it will help by 2 things. I think one is this large screen that Frank was showing before. It's a tremendous attractor, if you will.
Yes.
Right?
And I put up on the large screen John's video.
John video,
So
there you
go. John has been explaining this video all day long with an amazing success.
And there's also going to be a deep astronomy on this video coming out soon too.
Oh, okay.
So that's one thing is there, but the other thing is, as John just mentioned, the presence of scientists and engineers which are really passionate about JWST and Hubble, and they've been working with this. And I have to say, last year was great, and I was really busy doing everything we were doing. This year is smaller, but at the same time, it has a different feel to it. It's almost a little more personal.
Yeah.
So you can talk to folks very, very closely for very long periods of time. Frank has been doing this all day today and yesterday, and we have, John has been doing this, and it's really nice. And as John mentioned, it's like people are getting, they're walking away with an understanding that, sure, we love this stuff and everything, but we're really making great progress, which is really, really nice. They walk away with knowing that we are building the next space telescope, and I thought it was pretty amazing.
So, John, let me ask you, what is the single most often asked question from an engineer standpoint about the telescope itself? What is the single biggest question you get asked?
Single biggest question.
Well, the most often asked.
How do I know it's going to work?
How do you know it's going to work? What do you say to them?
I have to say that's got to be due to Hubble, right?
Yeah.
Right, so we had the problem with the Hubble mirror, and everyone's going, okay, well, now this is going to be located a million miles away. So how are you possibly going to? How are you going to ensure that nothing's going to go wrong with this one?
And really, depending on the way they ask the question is how I answer it. If they're worried about the mirrors, I can explain about the differences in the test approaches, this mission versus Hubble. If it's deployment related, I can discuss the hierarchical testing, the extensive testing and design, the dedication of the teams to making it work. It really depends on the person and my feel of what kind of answer they want.
Well, you're going to get a chance to really get in depth with some of this stuff, because I'm going to be having a hangout with this guy and with Alberto, although, we don't really need him, I guess.
I guess we don't. No,
he's going to be in a hangout with us, and you're going to be able to ask the chief engineer for the JWST telescope any question you have or any question you want about it. Watch the Hubble Site channel for times and look for our blog posts and our tweets and find out exactly when we're going to do it. But I'm scheduling that now. So if you are in Austin and you want to know anything about the James Webb Space Telescope from an engineering standpoint, you must come down and see our booth. We are in the Gaming Expo, and talk to this man.
Last day is tomorrow.
Because last day is tomorrow, and he will square you away on anything you ever wanted to know. And I couldn't recommend that you do that more. So please don't waste this opportunity. What are Austonians? Is that what they're called?
Aston Martins.
Austins.
Austins.
All right, let's get the Texan in.
Yes.
Can I also say there is a Texan here, so come by and say hi. I'm from Midland. Woo!
So what is it? People from Austin are called what?
What are Austin people
What are
called?
Austin people called?
Austin.
Liberals.
Well, it's the
Austonians.
Austonians,
Austonians.
right? I thought,
Yeah.
right?
Sounds like
That's
a
a nice
nice
paper,
it,
right?
yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, so thank you, John. And
Okay.
Tomorrow we'll have more tomorrow's hangout will be a little bit longer. I'll get into that in a little bit detail. We'll maybe have John back with us. Thank you.
Great.
Natalie, can you come over for just a quick sec? Natalie Battaglia from the Kepler mission is also here. Okay, great. And so I know you just showed up today, so this is
like an hour and a half ago.
Right. So this is relatively new to you.
Yes.
But were you at South by last year, right?
No.
Oh, you weren't.
This is
So
my
this
first
is all
time.
new. Well, what do you think? What's your impression?
It's a little overwhelming.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a lot of people, wasn't it?
It's a lot of people. It's a different crowd that I'm used to, but they're really, really interested in the science. So that's been a pleasure. The small number of people.
It's Kepler Space Telescope. Come on.
Okay. The exoplanets. For me,
exactly.
I was just telling Amber, I feel a little bit out of my element because it's Kepler, and I'm just used to like exoplanets all the time.
Listen,
And
Kepler is getting as much of a love following as Hubble ever had because of the way you're changing the way we're looking at the universe. So,
Absolutely.
what are you hoping to accomplish here? You brought some stuff that we're going to be that Frank is now playing with. Now, this is actual Kepler data, correct?
That's a visualization of the Kepler data. So
We're going through all of the planetary systems that Kepler has discovered here in the
correct.
pictures here.
Yeah.
Again,
so
you can see this if you come to the booth tomorrow and you can watch this. Like Natalie will be here to answer your question.
I will. I can take you through the data. There's different ways to visualize it. You can see the orbits of the planets. You can plot different quantities against other quantities to make a scatter plot. You can see where the planets are in the field of view. So, it's a great way to visualize the thousands of Kepler discoveries.
Well, we are going to give you the spotlight tomorrow because I'm going to have a longer hangout tomorrow evening at the same time as tonight after everything closes because it got like orders of magnitude quieter. You don't know how loud it was just 10 minutes ago. or 15 minutes ago.
Right.
And we'll be able to sit in front of the screen, and we'll be able to show you some of the visualizations. You'll also be able to ask us questions. We won't have time for questions tonight because I wanted to keep this short. We had to get people in and out. Natalie, I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Excellent.
And we will revisit some of the Kepler stuff. I am really glad to hear you. I'm going to also be bothering you like I've been bothering John. I've been like
Excellent.
a fanboy.
I
So
look
thank you,
forward to
Natalie.
it.
Okay, thanks, Natalie. It was a pleasure. Okay, guys, we're going to stop it there for now. We just wanted to give you a brief idea of what it was like here, just to kind of get you sort of seeing what we're doing, the kind of outreach we're doing at South by Southwest. And we are very gratified by the response. As we just mentioned by everybody here, people have really been interested in what's been going on. It's I don't know, it's a little bit humbling in a way to see the reactions when you tell people what James Webb is going to be doing, what they're going to be able to see with James Webb. They go over here to Frank's visualizations, they see what Hubble has already been giving them. The looks on their faces is just unbelievable. So it's very gratifying work to be here, and I'm going to close it for now, and we will start up again. I'll have another one tomorrow, same time as this one. I'll promise to get the time right. I have two things to contend with. My computer is still on Eastern time. I'm in a Central time zone, and luckily, we also have a time zone change. We're going from standard to the daylight savings time tonight. So I hope I get the time right tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and as always, keep looking up. General crowd, and these aisles were just filled. It was like Disneyland. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So
the mirror really attracts people. People love the mirror.
So you think that's an effective way to outreach and sort of get people involved in the JWST mission?
At least get them to come over and talk.
Okay.
And see what's going on. Yes.
And see selfies.
Hashtag JWST selfie. Yeah.
Well, good. And we're also doing some Hubble stuff here too. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Hubble stuff we're doing?
We're doing mostly visual.
Southwest Gaming Expo. Where we have had a rather different. Alberto? He always has to be. Okay, good. He's behind me. No, that's not good. What am I saying? So anyway, we're sort of closing down for the day, and we are having a rather interesting presence here, talking to the general public. We've got our JWST exhibit as well as some HST visualizations and stuff, and with the hangout, dude.
We started a hangout. Babe, you're calling me babe?
I said, dude.
Yeah. Okay, that's better than babe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our special edition of a Hubble/JWST hangout. My name is Tony Darnell. I am the social media manager at Space Telescope Science Institute, and we are closing up here at the Saturday.
Come on,
Come on in.
Okay.
The Saturday at South by Southwest. Me is Dr. Bonnie Meineke. She's one of the OPO outreach astronomers at Space Telescope Science Institute. You helped put this together. What do you just give us your impression? What do you think? How did today go?
I think it went really well. Lots of people, lots of excited faces.
It was packed today.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy.
Rainy in Austin, which meant it was going to be really crowded inside here.
Yeah, that's right. It was rainy, but it wasn't cold. It wasn't too cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I took some shots of just the
Visualizations and things.
Behind
thanks to
Frank is a gigantic monitor that's showing some of Frank's new visualizations. And Frank, go ahead. Why don't you talk a little bit about those?
Okay, so for space,
Talk to the mic.
all right. So for South by Southwest this year, we are in the Gaming Expo, and we figured, well, what does Hubble do that would appeal most to gamers? All right, and they're big into all of the digital stuff. So what we're